Katie Price could soon be going from residing in her infamous Mucky mansion to experiencing a stretch behind bars, after the former glamour model pled guilty to breaching a restraining order against her ex-husband Kieran Hayler's fiancée Michelle Pentecost. The mom of five, 44, arrived at Lewis Crown Court on Wednesday morning with fiancé Carl Woods to enter the formal plea, after she previously pleaded not guilty to a single charge of breaching a restraining order on April 27 and requested a Crown Court trial. Judge Stephen Mooney, who addressed the star and her counsel following the plea, warned her that she is at risk of going to prison after admitting to breaching a restraining order. The star is due to return to court on June 24 for sentencing, where she could be sentenced to a stint behind bars. But how did Katie end up in the position where she could be facing prison time? In December 2021, the TV personality was given a 16-week prison sentence, suspended for 12 months, after she admitted drink driving while disqualified and without insurance after a crash near her home in September the same year. District Judge Kelly told Katie was extremely lucky that the magistrate chose to defer her sentence. They also pointed out how the star had a history of racking up driving offences when sentencing her last year. First offences. Katie's first brush with the law regarding a motoring offence came about in 2003, when she was allegedly caught doing 70 miles per hour in a 40 miles per hour zone. The aspiring makeup artist dodged a punishment due to a technicality. 5 years later, Katie did receive a conviction, when she was found guilty of driving whilst using a mobile phone in 2008, receiving 3 points on her license and being issued with a £200 fine. 2010 offences. 2010 proved to be a busy year for Katie and driving-related offences. Firstly, the former Page 3 icon was convicted of speeding, after her defense that she was trying to evade paparazzi was rejected by magistrates, who issued the star with 4 penalty points and a £250 fine. In September 2010, Katie was then convicted for failing to be in proper control of her vehicle, after her bold pink horsebox veered into another lane earlier in the year. The star again received a financial fine, £1,000, and received 3 penalty points. Katie finished the year being banned from driving for 6 months, after being caught speeding in 2019. The mom of 5 received another 3 points on her license, and another £1,000 fine, which resulted in her going over the 12-point limit and kick-starting a 6-month ban from driving. Driving bans. And driving whilst disqualified 2 years on from her first driving ban, Katie was once again banned from driving for a year in 2012, after failing to respond to 2 speeding tickets which once again saw her exceed the 12-point limit on her driving license. Katie was back in court in 2015, when she was convicted for failing to stop at a red light while driving and given another 3 points on her license and yet another financial fine, this time £700. The star's third driving ban came about in February 2018, when Katie was slapped with a 6-month ban from getting behind the wheel of a car, after she was found to be doing 60 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour zone in West Sussex the year before. Later the same year, the star, also known as Jordan, handed herself into police for driving whilst banned, after pictures emerged of her behind the wheel of a car. In the same year still, 2018, Katie's pink 4x4 was involved in a crash with another car, before veering into a hedge by the road. The mom of 5 was arrested, breathalyzed and spent the night in a police station, before charges of drink driving were dropped due to a lack of evidence. In October 2019, Katie was handed a 2-year driving ban, later reduced to 18 months, when she was convicted of failing to provide details of the driver of the vehicle. When Katie went on to flip her Range Rover in her single-vehicle crash in the early hours of the morning September 28, 2021, the troubled star was still banned from driving. "I realize the damage my actions could have caused not only to another family, but to my own as well," Katie confessed on Instagram shortly after the incident, where she admitted she had taken drugs at the scene. Speaking when sentencing the star in December 2021, the judge told the reality TV star she was lucky that she wasn't going to prison, due to the former glamour model completing a rehabilitation program at the Priory following the crash near her home in Sussex. "You deserve to spend Christmas behind bars," Katie was told in court on December 15, 2021, as she was sentenced to 100 hours of unpaid work in the community and a 16-week suspended prison sentence. A suspended sentence means that if the defendant does not break the law during that period, and adheres to other conditions, the sentence is usually considered fulfilled. However, if the defendant commits another offense or breaks the law during that time period, a judge can order the sentence to be served in prison, in addition to any sentence for the new offense. Katie's 16 weeks suspended sentence means that if Katie is found guilty of harassment next month, something that carries a maximum prison term of 5 years, an additional 16 weeks could be added onto her jail time. In 2019, Katie used abusive language towards ex-husband Kieran's current fiancée Michelle, 39, at the school gates, going on to be convicted of using threatening and abusive words or behavior likely to cause harassment, alarm or distress. The mum of 5 was given a 5-year restraining order that forbid her from contacting her ex-husband's partner, directly or indirectly. Katie was married to Kieran from 2013 until 2021 and shares 2 children with the former stripper. Kieran has since become engaged to mum Michelle, who he met at the school gates. The couple went on to welcome their first child together into the world in August 2021. In January this year, Katie allegedly texted Kieran, 34, calling Michelle a seeing W.E. piece of S and a gutterous G. It has previously been heard how Katie claimed her text to her ex-husband may have been motivated by a social media post made by Michelle which the former model believed to be aimed at her, something Michelle denies is true. The text message allegedly sent to Kieran read, "Tell your C-whore, piece of S, girlfriend not to start on me. She has a restraining order so shouldn't try antagonize me as she is in breach and I'm sure she doesn't want people knowing that she was having an affair with you behind my back. That gutter slag. The former a celebrity. Get me out of here star," was later arrested by police on January 21 and spent 12 hours in a cell. Speaking in Lewis Crown Court on Wednesday, Katie's lawyer Nicholas Hamblin argued that the star should avoid jail again because only the words "tell your" were a breach of the restraining order. He stated, "Were it not for those 2 words in the message this would not be a breach. It is very telling in this case that there is a great deal of background information which will need to be placed before the court." Katie is due to return to court on June 24 for sentencing. If convicted, the star could face up to 5 years in prison, with the 16 weeks suspended sentence from her December 2021 conviction either running concurrently or on top of the main sentence.